on one of the most important environmental issues affecting our planet today. Today's topic is climate change and biodiversity loss, two global problems that are closely connected and greatly affect both nature and human society. In this special presentation, our reporters will help us understand that biodiversity is how climate change contributes to biodiversity loss, how these issues affect society, and what actions we can take to protect our planet. To begin our discussion, let us first understand the concept of biodiversity. Let's hear from Mr. Jadson Kiritan.
Thank you, Ms. Sanisona. Biodiversity refers to the wide variety of life forms found on Earth. This includes different species of animals, plants, microorganisms, and the ecosystems where they live. However, biodiversity is now under threat due to human activities such as deforestation, pollution, urbanization, and climate change. Because of these pressures, many species are losing their habitats and struggling to survive. For our next report, let us understand the growing issue of climate change. Ms. Dian Pearl Madano will explain further.
What is climate change? Thank you, Mr. Kiritan. Climate change refers to the significant changes in global temperatures and weather patterns over time. While climate change naturally, scientists agree that the human activities have greatly accelerated this process. These environmental changes affect naturally habitats and disrupt ecosystems where many species depend for survival. Climate change is now considered one of the biggest threats to biodiversity. To better understand this connection, let us now hear from Mr. Jose Fernando Alfaraz.
Thank you, Ms. Madalo. Climate change directly affects biodiversity by altering ecosystem and natural habitats. For example, rising ocean temperature can damage coral reefs, which are home to those thousands of marine animals. When coral reefs die, many marine animals lose their habitat and food sources. When species cannot adapt quickly enough to these environmental changes, they may become endangered or even extinct. Because of this, climate change is one of the leading causes of biodiversity loss today. Now, let us explore how biodiversity loss affect human society. Ms. Sheila Joy Amar will explain this further.
Thank you. Many people believe biodiversity only affects midlife, but the truth is that it also affects humans in many ways. Healthy ecosystems provide important resources that humans rely on every day. These include food, clean water, medicine, and natural protection from disasters. For example, forests help prevent flooding and soil erosion, while oceans provide fish and seafoods that supports millions of livelihoods around the world. Because of this, protecting biodiversity is not only about saving animals and plants, it is also about protecting human life and well-being. Now, let us examine the ethical responsibility humans have toward the environment. Here is Mr. Samuel Tulyao.
Thank you. The issues of climate change and biodiversity loss also raises ethical questions about human responsibility toward nature. Governments, industries, and individuals all have roles in protecting the environment through responsible policies, sustainable practices, and environmental awareness. To address this problem, solutions and action are necessary. Let's now hear from Ms. Rosemary Lasconia.
Thank you. Another important way to address biodiversity loss is through conservation and environmental protection. Conservation means protecting natural habitats such as forests, ocean, and wildlife. Reservoirs where many species live and grow. These protected areas help maintain ecological balance and allow plants and animals to survive in their natural environments. Many organizations and governments around the world are now creating conservation programs to protect endangered species and restore them. Here is Ms. Sarah Recover.
There are many actions to take to help protect our planet. One important solution is reducing carbon emissions by using renewable energy sources, such as solar and green power. By working together, we can help reduce climate change and preserve biodiversity for future generations. And that concludes our field report. Back to you, Ms. Kamasana. Thank you for our reporters for those informative insights. From our discussion today, we have learned that climate change and biodiversity loss are deeply interconnected issues that affect both the natural environment and human society. Each of us has a role to play in caring for the environment, because protecting nature today means protecting the future of humanity. Once again, this has been Ms. Kansana, and this concludes our special report of climate change and biodiversity loss, protecting nature for a healthy society. Thank you and have a good day.